Welcome to the Inspiration Station, where tonight's topic is: Are you shining? Are you shining? Have you brought forth your light? Is it a star that you conceive yourself to be? Is it a star that you are? Why or why isn't it? Ask yourself, what can you shine light upon? Meaning, what can you bring forth? The optimism, the beauty, the light, to really show the world something incredible, that greatness. You, my dear listener, are and a unique individual in the whole, the big picture. You're an original creature of the light. There's no one else like you. There's no fingerprint that matches yours. You're like a snowflake, completely unique. And that is important. That is very important. We really want to know what the shine is, what that shine is. Are you shining? You see, a lot of people hear the phrase, we all shine on, or be the light, and they think in terms of, being more symbolic, being a metaphor, which it is, but we also forget that literally light is what we are. Like, it's scientifically proven. And light, just like what is going on out in the universe with the stars, is happening within us. All around us, there's electric charges. There's an electromagnetic field all around the earth. You see, stars shine because they are connected to the electric circuitry of the galaxy. Literally, this is facts. And you guys want to think it's symbolic and it's beautiful words and it makes you feel happy and brightens up your day, but this is empowering information, ladies and gentlemen. This is very, very, very powerful stuff. And it's time that we take these facts into a new direction, a new frontier, and leave our mark on society, leave our meaning and purpose, all of our value in life, to make a difference. Make a difference in the world. That's who I'm speaking to. That's if this message hasn't reached you yet, ladies and gentlemen, let it reach you now. We all need to make a difference in the world. It's that simple. What else is life worth living for? I mean, we go through these days and we have our ups and downs and we really just try to stay happy, and it seems like then the next day we got our obligations, our priorities, our commitments, and then we just try to have some fun after, and then the next day passes, and we have these other obligations, responsibilities, work, fun, try to save money, you spend money, you get some oohs and ahs, but please, can we think a little bit more long term? We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die one day, all of us, and we'd rather not think about that, but think about that for a second. All the people who have already come before us and did make differences in the world, and then think about all the people who already did come before us and made no difference at all. Do you think that they didn't have some regrets on their deathbed? That's what they say. They say when people are at the end of the years and they look back at it all, their entire life, it's not what they did that they regret. Because we've all made mistakes, right? We've all done things we're not proud of. You might regret those things, but think about it long term. It's the opportunities that you miss, things that you don't do, is what you're going to regret the most. And to think that you're gonna pass up an opportunity to make a big difference in the world is gonna be the most biggest regret ever. And I don't know what that opportunity exactly is right now, but I know knowledge is power, and I believe that if we all get the same knowledge, the same ideas, the right knowledge, the beliefs, what is just truth, and we just feel that information resonate within us, that knowledge, that wisdom, that truth. Big facts, ladies and gentlemen. Say it with me. Big facts. Big facts, just like that. We're gonna spread this wisdom, these new value system, philosophy, information coming around via the energy, circuitry, electricity. Don't you feel me? Via the belief. Feel that vibe and bring out your shine in this time. Time to be on the rise. Realize, open up your eyes, open up your minds. No more lies, and undo any hypnotized from the programmed old times. I'm seeing rewind and get back to the righteousness that you bring out from your own essence, your blessed, your presence, spirituality. That's what you be. Bring out the best and use it for your mentality. A little bit of poetry to communicate with you. If you don't get the speech, if you don't get the talk, then I'm left to reach you through music. Next is written form. Look for my books soon. Freedom is the state of mind. It'll be brought to you on the Inspiration Podcast. My album coming out, The Vision is Here, with the fedoras. Any way to get the message out to you, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a motivational rapper, motivational singer, master of ceremony. Working for you, the people. Power to the people. 100%. My goal is to get us all illuminated, enlightened, so we can have a greater existence. And frankly, so we can just enjoy life more and have a big party. Because I just love parties. It's one of my goals to have one world party where we just accomplish world peace, because we're just saying, hey, we all know how to have a good time. We know how to love. Let's do it on a massive scale. Let's get everyone together. Unity. If you talk to some of the older generations, right? People who grew up in the 70s, they have a good memory of the 70s and the 80s. They'll tell you right now we are more divided than ever. And that is hard to believe, especially because back in the 60s there was so much segregation going on. But people were, from my lack of knowledge about, but I do have a good recollection of what I learned in history class. People were somewhat unified within their own, there's some segregated groups. They had some sort of group identities. Nowadays, we're just simply too distracted. People's attention spans can't even last that long. And, I'm sure there's plenty of good things going on. But if you look at it in terms of how the people can work together to make a difference, it does seem very challenging. And I could be wrong about that. I'd love to hear some more positive, uplifting remarks about where to find those opportunities to bring the people together. Because even on social media, where you think you're together, you're really not, because you're ignoring the people that are closer to you. And it does all come down to balance. Just don't abuse the social media. It's good to connect with people who are in a long distance around the world, and we're gonna adjust. We're gonna get to a little equilibrium where we know how to keep things copacetic with all the platforms and uses of our social technology, and we're gonna make the most out of it. And that's what I'm here to do, is keep providing that light and those ideas about what the future can look like rather than what it currently looks like, judging based upon what the past and the present tells us. And for the record, the present really should only tell us opportunity, fresh opportunity, because when you're in the now, that's all there is. It's just your freedom. You're free to choose where you're going to think next. If you're completely immersed into the present moment, the now, you have that power, you have that freedom to choose where you want to look, where you want to go. All right. Well, please think about everything that we're talking about today in the show and call up with anything you want to add. Anything that you believe is important to bring to our talk, to our discussion. Right now we're going to give you a little brief break just to give you a little inspiration because I've been talking a little bit longer than normal, a little winded right now. But we're going to give you some inspiration through some music. Remember, we only do inspirational music. If you ever want to request a song, you'll know the hours when to request songs, so we'll get a little playlist going, but it's always inspiring music. And remember, that could really mean a lot of things. Anything that calls people to make a difference in the world and be a better person and uplift themselves and all that good spirit of coming together and doing good things for the greater good is all inspiring music. Motivational music too, and it gets yourself moving and wanting to do things. So let's take this break and we'll come right back and we'll take a few phone calls. This is the Inspiration Station. Or I say motivation in all these satisfactions, the sensations, new realization from your imagination. What you wanna make, imagination, imagine all you can create. Reality is with the dream that we want to be, to make the best world for all that is. This is the world we live in. All that is, this is what we got to be expressing on the daily. Feed your mentality with only the best thoughts, energy, thought, energy. What you wanna see materialize from the dream. Everything you can be, potentiality deep within you and me. Universal messages expressing it. Yeah, get the truth, get the truth, get all the truth. You know what to do, you know what to do. You gotta get in tune, you gotta get in tune with the real vibe. It's time, the soul shine. That's all it is in this existence. You got to enrich it every day in your experience. Are you hearing this? Welcome back to the Inspiration Station. You're listening to The Motivator. Welcome. Pleased to have you. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's topic is, are you shining? Tonight we are talking about the shine and how we all shine on, how we shall shine on, and what it is we're shining about. Earlier I was speaking about how the shine is more than just a metaphor. I'm not just speaking symbolically here. We're going into the scientific evidence about how stars are electrically powered, and so are we. We are light. There's electricity running through your veins at this moment. Surely there's some sort of significant meaning to that, which I will have you infer the rest of. Now, going forward, I'd like to speak more about how to shine the bright side on aspects of life which need that illumination. We must bring forth some truth, right? Let this truth shine, shimmering light. What I mean by that is that the true human nature is to be good. It is intrinsically evident. It's within us to be good. You want to see the bright side of life. Means don't accept way things currently are as just that's how it is. Let's exercise some critical thinking, people. You don't have to look around you at the world and just accept it for what it is. If you see injustices, if you see hatred, don't just be saddened by it all. Be compelled to change it. Because it is your human nature to bring forth that light, to make that difference. Not only does it your own value, your important role. Shine. Demonstrating exemplary behavior. You're leading by example, where you are showcasing the virtues which make humans all so great, the ideals, the justice. To have these virtues and to go out and to inspire and express them, to be morally correct and just, to be righteous in your right, to be a good citizen and a good human being and treat others with respect and dignity. That is also the shine. That is the shine in more of a community sense. Because what that does, you may not even know it, but you become an inspiration to others. And they may not give you that immediate gratification where you know that they enjoyed or they learned something or they're grateful for you. You may not get that right away. But just know that when you do what's right, you're doing something good and there will be some reward. Because you're sending out that energy. You're sending out those ripple effects. You're sending something into motion rather than being just idle. You have to be taking action in some sort of way. Positive action. Because that's what sends everything out. There's just chain reactions. Dominoes. Right? Ripple effects. Your vibration. It's just scientific evidence now too. We live in the age of 2019, about to be 2020. Let's just accept this. You send out energy. You're projecting thoughts. All of this. You're speaking things into existence. People, this is not hocus pocus, woo woo, whatever anymore. This is very real. And we're going to start to come to an age where we recognize our thoughts are creating our reality. You are sending out things, these vibes, and you are attracting back to you more and more. Everyone has some sort of value to fulfill. Now, don't just look at the system of society as it currently stands and thinking, where can I fit in there and fulfill my role? Because you can be more than just an employee. I'm not saying don't get a job. I'm just saying do not look at the current framework as the only example to fulfill some sort of potential value. Let me say that again.
Shine.
Do not
Shine. 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 Shine.
because value is within you. Value is all around you. Value is you, the human. I can't even get, I'm gonna have to need a whole nother show to get deep into this. But what I'm trying to get at, and I hope there's some callers out there tonight who can connect with me, because I look around for friends in this department, for people who would like to have a similar intellectual conversation on this, and it's very scarce. What is real humanity? What is human nature on a deeper level? I look for it in the humanities. I look for it in the liberal arts, right? We talk about music a lot. It's there, human potential. Look into like the liberal ideas. Like you read some of the older works like Emerson and Thoreau, right? These transcendentalists from that earlier time, these writers, where you get deep into these different ideas about life, which you don't even have in your perception, because we're so much more of a physical world these days, a physical experience these days, in terms of materialism and technology. And you know what I mean? I mean, we're lacking that connection with nature, and nature shows us things about ourselves, which really represent this intrinsic value about humanity. And it's something so deep, it's hard to express in regular words and communicate it, but it seems less relevant today, the work of some of those authors in that earlier time. Specifically Kant, Emerson, and Thoreau. um that earlier time period where they really spoke about the human experience, those liberal ideas, liberating ideas. And it does not seem as relevant today. It is, but when you look to your day-to-day, orthodox conventional activities, there's less room for philosophical discussions and postulating some liberating ideals and aesthetics, all those good things which really invigorate some deeper sense of human spirit, spirituality, and the untangible things that are very prevalent, the abstract, very, very prevalent. When you can open up your mind to that more, and you get deeper into those things that are beyond just bills, taxes, and phones and apps and television shows, and yes, did I say bills already? Bills and cars and taxes. Beyond those things, food and shopping. Once you can get beyond those things, is our daily life, credit, debit, habits, part of the storyline we have. Beyond all of that is a greater experience, which once we can reconnect with, we will have amazing, amazing potential before us to actualize. And when you reintroduce those ideas to your mind, and you fill your imagination with them again, you will learn how to dream. You will learn how to re-enter into a fantasy, and be creative and bring forth the artist within you, which is so necessary no matter how vastly different it seems in the society around you, the culture we live in, where money is dictating a lot of people's lives as well as fear. When we can just dream and be creative and imaginative and think into the mysteries of the universe, there's no stopping you, because your imagination is a very, very powerful tool. And as of right now, it is being hijacked by a lot of manipulative tactics from businesses and advertisements and movies and TV shows, where putting you into a low brainwave state, GABA, if I'm not mistaken, where everything you see becomes much more suggestive to you
Shine.
as the
Shine.
images are
Shine.
brought to you.
Shine. Shine. Shine.
See,
Shine. Shine.
to alpha brainwaves, away from your beta. It's important to bring about beta waves because those are associated with logical thought, very active logical thought. And here on these airwaves on the Inspiration Podcast, we hope to bring forth some new wave information for changing the way you behave. It's the brain waves on the sound waves. You feel it, man, the frequency to believe in everything come around. It's the new sound. One love is the new sound.
Shine. 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 Shine.